Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to our lesson for today. This week we're diving into the exciting world of contemporary Philippine art, specifically exploring the unique styles and influences from different regions of our country. So now I know this is a bit different than our usual class discussion because today we're going to have a video recording lecture, okay, because of the interactions or the activities that we have for today's term. Okay, so I'm really excited now to share this journey of artistic discovery with you. And so please get your drawing materials ready. Let's explore the vibrant world of Philippine art, okay, together. So in this lesson, we'll be focusing on the two-dimensional media support, and of course the other materials, particularly in drawing. Okay, so it's drawing. So drawing is more than just putting pencil to paper. It's a powerful form of communication, expression, and problem solving that has deep connections to real. Okay, so it says here that drawing sequence of moving an instrument over a smooth surface to leave a mark called line. So we need line, to create okay, a beautiful and perfect and creative drawing. Okay, so next, drawings can be created using dry media or wet media. When we talk about drawing, we often think of pencils, but there are many ways to create drawing. We have dry and wet media to refer to the tools, no, and materials used, and of course they have distinct characteristics. So for dry media, we have pencils, pastels, charcoal, crayons, and colored pencils. While for wet media, we have pen and ink, we have watercolor, we have also gouache, okay, and brush pens. So let's talk first about the tools, okay, that yeah. So when we say tools about drawing, we have also, as I said earlier, they have their own characteristics. Okay, so for rough lines, it is produced by crayons and chalk, while for pen and graphite pencils, it is produced by the smooth lines. Okay, good. So now, we have here the drawing materials. So there's full of whole world of exciting options out there, from classic pencils to vibrant watercolor and um, many more options for these drawing materials that can be used to create okay, creative drawing. First, we have the sketchbook. Okay, so what is a sketchbook? So sketchbook is more than just a book. With blank pages, it's a creative playground, a visual diary, and an essential tool for any artist. Okay, for any artist, regardless of their skill level. Okay, so what's the purpose of this sketchbook? First, for idea capture. Okay, so we need sketchbooks, okay, for capturing ideas, inspiration, and quick sketches. So it's a place to jot down thoughts, experiment with techniques, and develop concepts before committing to a finished piece. Okay, so next, visual journal. Sketchbooks can act as visual journals, documenting experiences, emotions, and also observations. A quick drawing of a beautiful sunset, a scribble in fun conversation, or a study of fascinating object can all find a place in a sketchbook. Next, graphite pencils. So graphite pencils are the workhorses of the drawing world, offering a versatile range of tones and textures for sketching, shading, and creating detailed artwork. Okay, so we have here the examples of these graphite pencils now, and we have here hardness and softness. So kung makikita nyo dyan, may mga H, okay, may mga B, ano ba yung ibig sabihin niya? Okay, so for hardness and softness, for hard pencils, okay, ito ay nakikita dyan bilang 8. 8. Hard pencils produce a light or thin lines that are difficult to smudge. They are ideal for precise drawings, technical sketches, and light shading. Ulit ko, for hard pencils, they are ideal for precise drawings, technical sketches, and for ideal ideal for light shading. Next, we have also soft pencils. Okay, ito yung makikita dyan bilang letter B. So, meron tayo dyan HB, okay, meron B. Okay, so for soft pencils, these produce dark, thick lines, okay, that are easy to smudge and blend. Okay, they are great for extensive drawings, shading, and even rich stones. Okay, so that is soft pencils or B. Next, medium pencils naman, ito yung HB. Okay, medium pencils was somewhere in between hard and soft, offering a balance of line width and smudge ability. Next, we have also an eraser or erasers. So, an eraser isn't just for fixing mistakes. It's a reminder that we can learn from our missteps and create something even better. Okay, just like in life, we can always revise, refine, and grow from our experiences. So that's the use of erasers also in drawing. So, yan ang examples na um, or types ng needed points na tip shapes. So, meron siyang iba't ibang shape or tip shapes. We have there large round, medium round, the small round, and the pointed one. Next, subject one useful shapes for a needed eraser. So we have there a rounded corner, thin wedge, and pointy tip. Kailangan yan guys para mas maging um, clean o malinis yung pagkakabura ng mga iba't ibang details na gusto nating burahin, no? Pag tayo nag-draw. Okay, next, pencil sharpener reminds us that preparation is really the key to success. Why? Just like sharpening a pencil makes it ready to create. It taking the time to prepare ourselves mentally and physically can make big difference, in achieving our goals. Okay, next, a ruler. So a ruler helps us create straight lines and organize shapes. It reminds us that structure and order can bring clarity and beauty to our work. Just like in life, having a plan, setting goals, and following a process can help us achieve our dreams. Okay, so we have also charcoal, divine, and compressed. So what is the difference between divine and compressed charcoal? For divine charcoal, okay, so this is a delicate and easily smudged representing the need for flexibility and adaptability in life. So just as vine charcoal can be easily manipulated to create soft, flowing lines or bold, dramatic strokes or we need to be able to adjust our approach to different situations and embrace change. So that is charcoal. Okay? Next, we have also spray fixative. Okay, this is like a protective layer that keeps our work safe and prevents smudging. Okay, it represents the importance of preserving what we've worked hard to create. Okay, so in life, we need to protect our achievements, relationships, relationships, and values just as fixative protects our art. Okay, now we proceed to the kinds of drawing. First, we have life drawing. So a life drawing that is based directly on the observation of the artist of his subject. So that is an example of a life drawing. So this kind of drawing pushes us to go beyond the surface and observe the subtle nuances of human form. Okay, so we become more aware of the curves, the angles, and proportions that make up the body or the human figure. Okay, so that is life drawing. Okay, that is also an example of life drawing. Okay. As you can see, there is a portion, excuse me, the curves and angles. Very next, we have also emotive drawing. Okay, when you say emotive drawing, it emphasizes the expression of different emotions, feelings, and mood. Okay, so next, perspective drawing. Artists create 3D images on a 2D or two-dimensional picture plane. So first, reading muna tayo sa emotive drawing. So that is an example of emotive drawing. Okay, also known as expressive drawing. It is goes beyond simply depicting a subject. It's about capturing essence of emotions, feelings, and also experiences through the language of line, shape, and texture. It's a powerful way, to communicate emotions visually, creating a connection between the artist and the viewer. As you can see in the example, okay, so the example looks, or the subject looks sad. Pwede rin yung umiiyak habang nakayuko. Okay, pwede rin yung grabe tawa. Okay. So, pwede rin lahat ng mga expressive na mga, kumbaga, expression ng ating mukha kita sa emotive drawing. Next, the perspective drawing. When we say perspective drawing, nakikita dyan yung, kumbaga, para siyang 3D. Oo, parang 3D, parang totoo. Pero naka-drawing siya, syempre, sa isang flat surface or tinatawag natin bilang two-dimensional surface or plane. Okay, so that is an example of emotive drawing. This one is perspective drawing. This is my 3D, okay, or parang totoo. That is an perspective drawing. Another example of perspective drawing. Okay, next is sketching. So, drawing is done at the spur of the moment. So, kapag sketching, just remember the word is spur of the moment. The artist puts down on paper thoughts and ideas that occurs instantly. Okay, so instantly. Okay, so dito, when we say sketching, So it is the foundation of many artistic endeavors. Kasi hindi ka bigla, o hindi ka basta-basta makakapag-drawing na wala sketch. Diba? Okay, so it is a loose and spontaneous form of drawing that serves as a bridge between ideas and finished artwork. It's a versatile tool that allows artists to explore, experiment, capture fleeting moments of inspiration. For example, bigla mo magkaroon ng expression ng baka may gusto kong i-sketch. So, pwede yun. Yan po ba? Pag halimbawa, nandun ka sa bukid, parang sinasabi mo na you have to join to experience the beauty of the nature. So, you have to go there. Ano? Tapos, pag nakita mo yung scenery, sana. Okay. So, fleeting moments of inspiration. Okay? Ayan. It's example of sketching. Para siyang rough. Okay, rough na drawing. Okay, next, we proceed to the shading techniques. So first, we have hatching, cross-hatching, blend, stitching. Let's see hatching. Always remember, okay, you remember that you have to draw a thin line or thin lines that runs in the same direction. So dapat isang direction lang siya. Okay, isang direksyon. Kung dapat papahinga dapat lahat. Pero kung patayo, dapat hindi, patayo din yan. Or vertical din siya. Pag diagonal, then dapat lahat diagonal. Okay? Pero kapag sinabi naman cross-hatching, it is accomplished by criss-crossing lines. So, when hatching isang direction, sa cross-hatching naman, pwedeng mag-intersect. Okay? So, pwede naman draw na diagonal lines. Okay? Or pwede rin naman either. Okay? At basta kung ano yung mga drawing magka-intersect na lines, ang tawag po doon ay cross-hatching. Okay. So next is blending. Sabi nga, it is accomplished by changing the value little by little from dark to medium light. So, tignan natin how you blend. Okay, how you blend by the use of shading technique. So these are the smooth lines or smoothing out lines or dots to create smooth transitions between tones. Okay, so this can be done with fingers, pwede kamay, or to blend stamps or tools like tortillons. Ito rin naman kung meron kayo dyan na tissue, mga ganun, pwedeng pang blend. At meron pang iba, mga nagamit, no? Okay. This is for the to form, okay, value, no, sa inyong document. Next, stippling is accomplished by using that patterns to create dark values. Pag stippling dot lang po yan. Pag stippling dot po yan. Okay? So, this is a technique that uses small dots to create tonal values. So, the closer the dots, the darker the tone. Okay. Pwede rin gumawa halimbawa na dito ng subject matter ng halimbawa subject matter ng ito, bottled water. So, pwede kayong bumuo ng subject matter ngayon gamit ang stippling or yung simply mag-alagay lang kayo ng dots. Okay, so that is stippling. So, these are the example of hatching. Sabi ko kanina, same direction lang o isang direction lang. Cross-hatching naman, nag-intersect na sila. Okay, blending. Ayan, so meron makikita mo dyan yung value. Okay, from darker hanggang sa maging light na siya. And yung stippling, small dots lang po siya. Next. Ayan. Okay, another example of shading techniques. Okay, again. Anyway, You don't have to, ano ha, baka mamaya tanungin niyo. Ma'am, meron tayong rendering dyan, yan, squiggly. Never mind that kasi ang focus natin yung reklamo na sinabi ko kanina. Hmm. Okay? Example naman na tuwag students ko as school year. Okay? Yung shading techniques nila. So, merong hatching. Okay? Yung isang line na lang dyan. May cross hatching. Okay? Kaya sinasabi ko kanina, pwede kang pabuuan isang subject gamit lamang ang stippling, kagaya ng um, mata or animal dyan. Okay? And also, we have blending. Kaganda ng pagkakaano ng feel. Okay. Okay, now we proceed to the drawing with the graphite pencils. Okay, so all of the shading techniques can be applied using graphite pencils. Pencils are capable of making different kinds of lines and tones depending on three factors. So what are these three factors? First, the sharpness of the point, how much pressure is applied, and the angle of how the pencil is held. It is essential now to know how you hold the pencil. Okay, so graphite pencils, especially those with graphite cores, are those or are the workhorses of the art world. They offer a remarkable versatility allowing artists to create a wide range of lines, tones, textures, okay, to make them perfect for sketching, shading, and detailed artwork. So, the threshold you apply to the pencil determines the darkness and thickness of lines. So, you can create delicate lines or bold strokes depending on your needs. Also, by using a series of lines or strokes, you can build up darker tones and create illusion of depth and volume. Okay, so this is an example of drawing with graphite pencils. Next, drawing with charcoal. The best way to hold a stick of line charcoal is between the first three fingers, the thumb, okay, with the end not used in pointing downward. Ano ba yun? Example, ganito ito. Ganito. Masyado kasing ano to. So, dapat yung tuturo, naka-point siya doon para sa pababa. Nandito yung pang support yung dalawa, yung thumb, and then yung middle thing. Okay. So, next. Compressed charcoal or can be used alone or blended with fine charcoal. Pwedeng combine yung compressed charcoal sa vine charcoal. The vine charcoal, ito yung sabi kanina na flexible, tabo kasi kayang-kaya mo siyang while the compressed charcoal, ito yung matigas na charcoal na ginagamit ng mga artists. Also, a kneaded eraser can add color to the charcoal drawing, lalo kung may gusto kong highlight, no, na shape or na form na nandun sa, ano mo, artwork mo, pwede mo gamitin ang kneaded eraser. Also, paper stamps or torchons are pressed papers that are used for blending. You can also use these paper stamps, no, to blend. Okay, that's example of drawing with charcoal. Yan. Now we proceed to the stages of drawing. So, chapter stages involved in drawing. So you have to keep in mind though that these stages can be flexible and adapted to suit individual styles and approaches, as you have your own styles to create your own drawing. So number one, look. Number two, transferring information. Three, black in the background. Four, add a third dimension with a volume. So doon muna tayo sa una. Look. Active observation. Okay, this is a crucial first step. You don't just glance at your object. Huwag mo lang siyang tignan. Okay? Observe the shapes, the lines, proportion, light and shadow, and how it interacts with its environment. So how you have to know the basic shapes also. Think about breaking down your subject into basic geometric shapes. You like circles, squares, or triangles. Listening helps in visual understanding. So for sketching, you do some quick sketches to capture the essence of your subject. Now this will help you to understand the composition and also potentially identify areas of interest. Next, how to transfer the information. So we have to arrange the elements and composition. For composition, decide on the overall composition of your drawing. Where will your subject be placed within the frame? How will the background relate to the foreground? Okay? So for proportions naman, use a ruler no, or guides to ensure accurate proportions in your drawing. This is especially important if you're drawing from a reference image. Next, how to black, no? Ano yung black in the background? So you have to add third dimension by focusing on the shadows and shapes. Have established your context. The background sets the scene for your subject. Think about the mood and atmosphere you want to create. Simple shapes. Start by blocking in the background using simple shapes and tones. Okay, this will help you know to establish an overall composition and create sense of depth. And lastly, add a third dimension with volume. You have to give each object a 3D quantity, hindi yung um, napaka-plain ng artwork na ginagawa mo, no? You have to add light and shadow. So you have to identify light source in your drawing and how it falls on your object. This will create highlights, shadows, and midtones or midtones. I'm sorry, midtones. So for shading techniques, you can use hatching, cross hatching, stitching, or blending to create the illusion of volume. Okay, so experiment with the different techniques to find what works best for your subject. Lastly, finish the drawing. Have to refine details, adjust values, and polish touches, considering adding any final touches like highlights, reflections, or subtle adjustments to the background. So um, that's the 5 stages of drawing. So if ever that you have any question, you can just freely send me a private message so I could answer all those queries and questions. To clarify things. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I hope that you learned something new and enjoyed the journey of this lesson since we're discussing about drawing. Okay.